Alright, before I make this video, I just want to preface that I do not recommend going to the gym 7 days a week. You know, rest should always be at the utmost importance because without rest, you can't make gains. Just make sure you're not doing what I'm doing. I'm just doing the whole 7-day thing for the challenge and for the thumbnail and everything. I'm still pretty new to lifting. I mean, I've been lifting on and off for about 2 years, but about 8 months ago, I really kicked it into high gear and kind of went from this to this in about the span of 8 months. So I kind of dialed it in. The gym is pretty much my life. So if you want to see more videos on this channel, please be sure to like and sub if you can. Really appreciate it if you did so. Anything helps, and any form technique, any of my form that was bad, and you're an experienced lifter, please comment down below. I'm super eager to read the comments, and I'll be interacting with all of them to kind of see what I missed, because obviously I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes. And it's all about the journey, all about learning, and I'm super eager to start this YouTube channel. So enjoy the video. All right, so right now we're gonna start with this Beyond Raw Lit. I think this is GNC's specific brand. It has 250 milligrams of caffeine, so I'm probably gonna die after drinking this. And it is 20 calories. God, it's like yellow. Let's go to the gym. I've got about half of this chugged down, and it's like, it's kicking in. Like the flavor is pretty good. It's gummy worm. I've had better gummy worm flavors before. It's pretty run of the mill, but the energy, it's a leg day, so hopefully this energy is gonna stay consistent. I'll let you know, like during the workout and after the workout, how the drop is, because this high is pretty high. Like I'm about to bust out of my seat right now and start flying, but so far it's pretty good. The gym, about 3/4 of the way through this thing. It's very tasty, but I feel just crazy. Like I could punch a hole through a brick wall. We will see how this affects my workout, my leg day. Maybe do some cardio, because I feel like I could just run 5 marathons right now with this in my system. We're here. Starting the workout with some treadmill warm-up. Pretty soon after, I started running. I was going at about 8 miles an hour in this clip, but it felt like I could do a lot more. The energy levels were insane. Peak in energy happened right about here whenever I started doing these weighted lunges. I do these to warm up the quads, you know, it's a nice little compound movement to get everything going. I mean, doing the seated leg curl, I genuinely felt like Mike Israetel going at level 4. Energy was almost giving me like a sense of paranoia just because it was just so high. The leg extensions, I was able to do pretty much all these sets to failure. I gotta say, my quads were absolutely pumped. Planet Fitness just added this new hack squat machine. I really like it, but don't let me not having any plates on the sides fool you. Starting weight was 100 pounds and my quads could definitely feel it. And after doing these calf raises, there was only one more thing I could think of to truly test the capabilities of this lit. Alright, so I just got done in the gym. Pretty good workout. I felt explosive. Workouts were pretty dynamic. I was able to push some pretty heavy weight. The crash is coming. I don't feel as good as I did when I first drank it. I'll have to wait a few more hours to see if the high continues, but right now it's kind of lowering down. So far, I'm thinking out of 10. With the amount of caffeine, I feel like it's about a 7.5 out of 10 total scored for the full like 2.5 hour workout I just did. So not bad. So I just got done eating. I feel like crap, honestly. The caffeine, like the drop is pretty crazy. I feel super sluggish. I feel tired, but I mean, that's kind of what I'd expect from it being such a high with the 250 milligrams of caffeine. I'm actually gonna check for the second energy drink for this week. If anyone wants to see me do any other challenge like this, like with protein drinks or pre-workout, just put it down in the comments. I'm thinking for the second day, so today's Saturday, Sunday, I'll try a ghost of some sort to see how that kind of levels me out, and I'll kind of pick the flavor whenever I go in, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow, I'll let you know pretty early how I feel about this for some arms. About 10:30 at night. The crash was pretty bad, honestly. I mean, the high, I'm still gonna give it a high score because the high, with the with the caffeine, like at the time, like in the gym, like for performance, which is what I'm ranking this as, taste and performance. Taste was pretty good and performance was pretty good. So I'm going to keep the score at about 7.5. And these scores mean nothing. I mean, I'm a very lightweight when it comes to caffeine. So I'm sure I'm going to see in the comments like, yeah, I drink at least 5 of these a day, but that's just me. I'm just a bit. The Ghost cooling in the fridge for tomorrow, and I'm probably going to do some arms, see if I can get some footage of that, and so I'll catch you tomorrow on the way to the gym. All right, day 2. It's another pretty garbage day out, so I'm going to head to the gym, do some arms, and I'm going to try this Sour Lemonade Ghost. That's freaking delicious. A lot better taste than yesterday. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, we'll have to see how it compares to the lit I had yesterday. So, all right, so I just arrived at the gym, and gotta say, got about half of this down, and I'm not feeling the energy right now. I don't know what it is. The energy is just not doing it for me, but I'm gonna keep drinking this as my workout goes on, and hopefully I'll be a lot more energized like I was yesterday. Starting off this workout with some wrist curls. I gotta be honest, doing reverse wrist curls and then regular wrist curls, I wasn't feeling anything special. Just felt like a normal, everyday, typical workout. I typically try to take as many of my forearm sets to failure as I can. This was tough. I genuinely felt like I was getting no energy out of this, moving on to the plate pinches as well. Getting a decent pump in my forearms, but not much. I was just praying that something would happen at this point. And luckily, my prayers were answered, because as soon as I started with a heavier weight, it's like the energy all kicked in at once. I felt on top of my game. I was able to take all the rest of my sets to failure, luckily. I had no other issues, and the pump had started to increase. On this particular workout, I was pretty crunched for time. I was going to include triceps in this, but I was only really able to get a forearm and bicep workout, which is cool. Moving on to biceps, I was doing these cable bicep curls, and I'm truly sorry for this angle. I didn't have my cameraman with me today, so I had to get pretty creative with these angles. I am still very new to these overhead cable curls, but they felt great during this exercise. Like I was able to isolate and get the best possible tension in my bicep that I could have. Finishing off biceps with these easy bar curls. This is one of my favorite things to end off on, because my arms were pretty destroyed, so I figured, why not just mess them up some more. The pump I had was diabolical. Recommend if you want to grow your biceps, definitely try these out at the very end of your workout. Still got a long way to go, but I feel like my biceps are getting a lot bigger. And the true test of this Ghost was honestly the jump roping. I was able to burn a lot of calories and really get my heart rate going the entire time. Also, shout out to Gymshark for these awesome outfits. Got a whole closet full, and I'm really trying to change it up for every workout. And like I said, the pump was really, really good. I really recommend Ghost if you want a good pump. Here's a little physique check. I know my physique's pretty mid, but it is what it is. So I just got out of the gym, and I gotta say, that workout really surprised me. The first few sets weren't that great, and I just wasn't feeling it, but once that all kicked in, man, I was a machine. I just felt so great, but yeah, I got a pretty good pump in. I do have to go to work for a few hours, so this will be a real test of this Ghost to see if my energy is consistent throughout the day or if I'll kind of plummet. So far, I'm already feeling a lot better post-workout than I was with that lit, but we'll have to see, because I could crash like halfway through my shift. All right, so I just got off of work. Only worked about a 5-hour shift today, so nothing too crazy. But I do have to say that the energy I've had, it's been consistent since I drank the Ghost. And compared to yesterday, I was off work and I drank the lit, and I had that super great spike in energy, but then it dropped just as fast. So I gotta give major points to the Ghost. I might even drop the score of the lit down to about a 6, because it still did the job. The flavor was good, so I'll keep it at a 6. I gotta give props to that Ghost, man. It really did the job, and the flavor was amazing, and it just performed above and beyond what I was expecting. So I gotta give the Ghost, I'm gonna give it about a 9. I think it's pretty safe to say that this Ghost is leading the pack so far, but we'll have to see what tomorrow has in store. All right, day 3, we got a Monster. Now, I'm a certified Monster hater. I can't stand the stuff, but I am glad that they now have 0 calorie, or well, I guess this is 10 calorie, but low calorie, because there's really no sense in drinking that much caffeine and having sugar, because most of these are like 150 calories. So it's nice to have this 10, I mean 150, which is 50 less than the Ghost I had yesterday. And I picked the worst muscle group to drink this with. I'm doing chest today, and I'm gonna need all the energy I can get. I'm gonna be optimistic. It's a nice light blue color. It's let's see, Ultra Blue Hawaiian. Not a fan, but it's not terrible, and I hope it'll do the job. There is definitely one more that I'm gonna try this week that I hate even more than this, so that'll be coming up soon, but we'll head to the gym now. All right, so I'm almost to the gym. Got about half of this down, and like I said, the flavor's not bad, but it just has like this commercialized taste. Like it's not necessarily meant for working out, which isn't a bad thing, because it's meant to reach the wider audience, I'm sure. But the flavor isn't bad. But once I get to the gym, I'll let you know how I feel. Yeah, this stuff just tastes like juice. Like I'm not feeling any energy from it. But the Ghost just had the taste, and I wasn't feeling it right away. So hopefully once I actually start working out, this caffeine will kick in. But so yesterday I did some SARMs. I did some arms yesterday, and today I'm going to do some chest. So hopefully this will last the entire workout. It definitely did not last the whole workout. I was pretty much done by the time I started my first exercise. Doing this chest press felt pretty decent. It wasn't anything to write home about. Chest flies were about the same. I was able to get some pretty good weight up, but it just felt like my typical energy. I'm just a beast, I guess. I think I maxed out at about 140 pounds, so it was decent. After obliterating that can, I started off with some isolateral bench press, warming up with a 45 on each side. It didn't feel too bad, but again, it just felt like my natural energy. But once the pump cover was off, and I threw 2 more 45s on there, this is when I really could have used that extra energy that the Monster just was not giving me. Doing this incline Smith machine bench press, I had a 25 on each side to warm up. I know a lot of people say it's placebo. I genuinely think having that extra caffeine in your system really does help with getting the last couple reps out. Going with a 45 on each side, yeah, I did not want to finish these sets. Monster just left me in the dust. Now, doing the dumbbell bench press didn't really feel too bad, but that's only because the weight I was doing wasn't anything crazy. I was just trying to warm my stabilizers up, because I feel as if the Smith machine doesn't really train your stabilizers all that well. Doing these tricep rope pushdowns, these actually didn't feel too bad. One of my New Year's resolutions was actually to grow my triceps this year, and I feel like I'm getting there. Moving on to these overhead tricep extensions, I actually think I like these more than the pushdowns. They just target my long head a bit better, I feel. But triceps were definitely more eventful than chest, that's for sure. And I tried to finish off with some chest flies. And where these normally give me a pretty great pump in my lower chest, I just was not feeling it how I normally would. And the jump rope was also pretty uneventful. I was trying to get as much out of this as I could. As I said before, the Monster was just kind of leaving me in the dust, and my shirt was about to jiggle off my body. And this pump was respectfully mid. I felt it the most, kind of in my middle chest, but it just wasn't anything crazy at all. Just got out of the gym. That workout was the most middle of the pack workout I think I've ever had. Like, the flavor was good, but it was like, I don't know, like I could just drink it like too easily. I know that they're meant to reach a wider audience, like I said, than just people at the gym, but I feel like these are made to kind of throw back, because if you think on the first day, there were 100 more milligrams of caffeine in the lit that I got from GNC than in that Monster, and I can definitely feel it. I was able to perform decent. It was a very middle of the line workout. So right now, for performance and for flavor, I'm feeling about a 5. Honestly, I'm gonna put it below the lit right now, but I gotta work, so that could change. So I'll let you know after work how I feel. All right, so I just got off work, and yeah, everything I said still stands. I'm gonna keep the score of the Monster at a 5, because my energy was very normal. It's almost as if I didn't even drink an energy drink today. The only thing that I was missing is a freaking sippy cup, because that stuff was just juice, and it just went straight through me. It didn't have any effect at all. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it at about a 5, and hopefully tomorrow I'll show you what the energy drink will be. I'm not looking forward to it because, like I said, I don't like it, but we got to do it. It's one of the most popular, I think it is the most popular energy drink, so we'll definitely try that out tomorrow. So I'll see you then. All right, so I'm at Kroger right now, about to get the 4th energy drink for this week. And yeah, I mentioned yesterday how I still got one that I hate that I haven't done yet, and this is my most hated energy drink. I'll let you know what it is after I buy it. I'm going to try to find a lower calorie version because a lot of them are hot, just high calorie. Doing some shoulders today. I don't know, hopefully I'll be able to get something out of this. All right, so I unfortunately got this. It's a Red Bull. I know Red Bull is loved by many. I think it actually is the most consumed energy drink in the world, but yeah, like I said, had to get the sugar-free. I found this nice Juneberry flavor. Hopefully it'll surprise me, but 114 milligrams of caffeine, man, that is nothing. If I wasn't feeling it yesterday with the 150, I doubt I'm gonna feel anything today. So I'm gonna crack this open. I mean, it just smells medicinal. And just as I thought, tastes like liquid butt. I mean, this is not good at all. It's got like a slight fruity aftertaste. Honestly, yeah, just not very good. But I'm gonna drive to the gym now and see how this kind of affects me. But right now, it's not looking too good with the flavor. It's already a pretty low score in my mind. All right, I just made it to the gym, and yeah, this stuff is not good. It does just taste like sweet medicine. I mean, the cap's cool. I mean, it's got a little bull on it. I mean, that doesn't get points or anything, but I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. Yeah, this stuff just tastes bad, and it had the same dilemma as Monster. Like, these are just way too passed around to pretty much anybody. I'll see people that just drink these like water. I mean, like this and Monster, they both kind of fit. So I'm probably gonna see a similar score to the Monster in this, but probably lower because the taste is a lot worse. But I can understand these are easy to just like there, I got half the can down in just that drink. I'll let you know during the gym how this affects me. Doing some cable crosses. As you can see, I crushed that drink immediately. I wasn't even able to get my first set in before I finished it. The shoulder press felt fine, just normal. Totally normal, middle of the line workout again. Trying to include some traps, so I was doing some shrugs with some okay weight. This all just felt like stuff I could do on a normal day-to-day basis. Nothing crazy at all. Face pulls, I was able to do some pretty decent weight, but again, that's just me. That's just what I'm used to. I like to kind of overload on the face pulls, but nothing to write home about. Now the pump looked okay. I don't think I'm big by any means, but I think my physique is decent. So the pump was, it was okay. Okay, I just got done in the gym. That workout was probably even more middle of the pack than yesterday, honestly. It's just, energy just was not there. It was, if there was any energy, it was just coming from me, like on a normal basis. Like the amount of energy I have without anything is consistent to drinking that whole Red Bull today. And it was definitely the easiest to drink just because it was so small. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking like a 4.5 out of 10. Tomorrow, I'm definitely hoping to take something a little more potent, and hopefully my workouts will be a lot better. I'm being taunted. Okay, it's day 5. Yesterday wasn't a good workout. Like I said, I give it about a 4.5. But today, I'm doing my favorite energy drink. I'm gonna see if I can find a new flavor. Hopefully, this one will be the best out of all of the ones I've tried. So let's hopefully go from a really bad yesterday to a really good today. Day 5, just went to Kroger, got one of my favorite energy drinks, a C4. Now, I'm not a big fan of green apple, but this is the only one I haven't had yet. I'm definitely gonna try this. I know the type of energy this can give me. If it matches up, if I remember this right, and it matches up with some of the other ones, this could be one of the best workouts this week. Give it a try. Man, that's a potent green apple flavor, but I do really like it, and that's saying something. I'm gonna drink a little bit of this on my way to the gym. Yeah, I might as well just be sucking on a apple Jolly Rancher. And like I said, like green apple is one of my least favorite like artificial flavors, but this is so accurate. I gotta give it points for that. And the energy, it's steadily increasing. It's not like the lit on day one where that was just so abrupt and I was ready to fly through a wall, but this is very nice. I'm almost to the gym, and I'm gonna see how this does me in. All right, I'm at the gym. Got about a little less than half. Energy's real good, man. We're gonna do a back day. I'm gonna see if I can hit some new PRs, and hopefully this will help me out with that. Starting off strong with the seated row. I was able to pull some pretty good weight right off the bat. Energy felt amazing all throughout the workout. I was able to have one of the best mind-muscle connections I think I've ever had with my back in this workout. I was getting pretty close to doing the full stack, and I just felt amazing. I didn't feel any drop in energy the entire time. I was doing the full stack here, and I was able to hit a new PR. I was able to hit 8 reps with over 200 pounds on this machine. Great flow going. I really like the way that this was making my mid-back feel. C4 has this really nice tingling feeling whenever I drink it. I think it's actually the beta-alanine in the formula. Would have feel it going on to these lower back extensions. Felt like there was electricity moving through my whole body the entire workout. I was able to push myself a lot harder than I would have been able to, especially moving on to the full stack on this back extension. Really felt like I was pushing myself to the max. Now, I really liked how that machine row made me feel, so I decided to do some more sets on the seated cable row. And man, this is, I feel like, where I peaked during this workout. The pump I had was amazing. In person, I was able to see like striations in my shoulders. Felt like super cut around my biceps. It was just an amazing section of the workout. I'll say out of all the drinks during this challenge, C4 made me have to pee the most. I guess I was just drinking so much water for whatever the formula's got in it, but doing the close grip lat pull down, this also felt amazing. Pulling down some pretty heavy weight, had one of the best back pumps I think I've ever had. Moving on to 200 pounds, this is nearing a PR for my back. My form kind of just went out the window. Still, I was able to get about 4 or 5 reps in before I was just totally gone. The back pump speaks for itself. Moving on to the jump rope. I think this is a pretty good gauge of how explosive energy drink will make me on a given day. And I think this speaks for itself. There was only one more day on this list where I feel like my jump roping was even better. And this pump, man, is pretty fabulous. Just got done with the gym, just got home. The energy is very consistent with what I remember. And compared to everything, the taste, even though I don't like sour apple or green apple, whatever it was still a very good flavor and a very good performance I had. So far, still got some time before the day's up, but I'm thinking like a 9.5, which is what I expected. Right now, it's the highest score I've given any of these. All right, so it's about 8:30. The energy is still, it's going. It's a very slow decline. Like I haven't felt tired or anything like that. The other flavors are straight 10s. I'm gonna be honest. But the only reason I'm not the biggest fan of green apple, but that was still very tasty. The flavor, the performance. So yeah, about a 9.5 out of 10 for C4. Because you can't win them all with the flavors. But tomorrow I've got a pretty good idea. I'm gonna try out Celsius, but I work early in the morning, so I'm gonna take it. It's got 270 milligrams, so it's the most I've had the entire week. So I'm gonna take it halfway through my shift and then work out and see what that does for me. So I'll probably do another update, but I'll catch you then. It's about 5:40 in the morning. I'm on my way to work. Probably gonna head to work about half my shift, and then drink that one of the big cans of Celsius, which is like 270 milligrams. So it's even more than the lit. So that's on the top tier caffeine for the entire week. The reason I'm taking that halfway through is so I can see the energy, because I'm not doing a crazy workout today. I'm just doing some cardio. So hopefully the 270 milligrams will get me through today, through the rest of my workday, and then affects my workout in the gym. I just got off work. I drank that Celsius at about 12, so not halfway through my shift. I had a couple hours left, but I don't know if it's the amount of caffeine or being the highest. I don't know. I feel crazy. The energy is about the same as the lit I took on day one, but yeah, I hope I don't have that same crash then, because yeah, that was not good. I'm gonna head to the gym, do some cardio, and even though I opened the can a couple hours ago, the energy is still going. I feel like I can have a great day at the gym, so we'll see how that goes. Got warmed up with this workout by some treadmill. First I just started walking, then I started running. Felt pretty good despite being up since 5 that morning. Moving on to the exercise bike. And I didn't have my cameraman with me, so my angles were kind of sus. I feel like it got the job done. Virtually no issues whatsoever. Onto the Stairmaster. This I feel is definitely where my heart rate peaked, other than maybe the jump rope. As you can see, my heart rate was pretty high. Moving on to the actual rowing machine. Picked this up not too long ago. A great way to burn calories very, very fast. Now this is where I think my jump roping abilities peaked for the entire week. I felt the lightest on my feet that I have in a long time. Jump roping is still my favorite form of cardio, period. Boxing is definitely up there too. I was contemplating on going home and doing boxing along with this workout. Just decided maybe save that for another video. So I just got done at the gym, about an hour cardio session, and I have to say, despite me getting up at 5 this morning and working an 8.5 hour shift, that can of Celsius surprised me. The energy I was able to have during the entire cardio session was great, and it was really shocking because I really don't like the taste of the base, like the thin cans. I just think that they have a crappy aftertaste, a little bit worse than Red Bull actually. The big cans seem to remedy that. I mean, they add like 70 milligrams of caffeine, so that is probably why the workout was so intense and so good. But other than that, the taste was really good. So I'm thinking for Celsius, I wouldn't drink them every day, but I would say like I give them about an 8. Yeah, about an 8. Not bad at all. I got to see how the crash is because the workout's obviously over, and I'm not going to be doing anything else much today. So I'll keep you posted in a few hours to see if I get the crash like I had with the lit energy at GNC. So yeah, really good workout. All right, so it's about 6 o'clock. I feel pretty great. I mean, the drop is a very slow and steady. Like it's not super abrupt like it was with the lit. If you're looking for like a high dosage of caffeine in an energy drink, surprisingly, definitely go for Celsius over anything like lit. But yeah, I'm actually very, very surprised. But I will say, I don't know if it's the intense cardio I did, but I'm super hungry. So like I'm about to eat this whole thing in one bite. But don't worry, it's a protein popsicle. Yeah, pretty good workout. Pretty good energy. Decent drop. I'm not feeling like terrible or anything. So yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow the energy drink I'll pick out. All right, so day 7. Got to grab the 7th drink. Like, man, I can't believe the week has already flown by. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the 7th drink, and I'll let you know what it is when I get there. All right, so I just went and picked up the 7th drink. And this one's a bit of an up-and-comer. Like, I haven't heard anything about this, and now I'm seeing everybody drink them. So I gotta put them on the list. I know that there are some more popular ones like Alani or like Rockstar or like Venom, but this one's like raising hell on the energy drink community right now, and that's the Bloom. Now this has 200 milligrams of caffeine, and it also has prebiotics. It's only 10 calories. It has L-theanine in it as well, which is like a mood enhancer. So this is like the perfect energy drink, honestly. And this flavor is juicy orange, 0 grams of sugar. Nice. Man, that just tastes like an orange. I'm gonna have to drive to the gym now and see how the energy is. Yeah, this taste is phenomenal. Now it's got the same problem that like Red Bull and Monster had. it doesn't have that like aggressive bite to it like you see in like C4 and Ghost that kind of forces you to take your time with them. These I can just drink like juice. I've got a little bit of this down. I'm gonna have to wait to see how the energy actually is once I get to the gym. It tastes really freaking good though. Yeah, I've got little more than half of this down. It is like super easy to drink. It's just like a better version of orange juice without the pulp. I will say though, the L-theanine is enhancing my mood. I don't know if it's placebo or what, but I think that this should be a standard to have L-theanine just for that little mood enhance in a lot of energy drinks. So I mean, not bad at all. Like the flavor and taste, that's gonna get some points for me. But we got to see about the performance because that's half the battle. I figured it'd be best to finish the week off strong with another arm day. I'm doing these really nice machine bicep curls. Really do an amazing job of targeting the bicep. Doing this nice variation of plate pinches. I just love doing these. They get my forearms absolutely fired up. Did some reverse wrist curls next. Felt super nice. I was able to take these pretty much to total failure. Say throughout the entire week, the Bloom was able to really help me with going to failure. Exact same effect carried over to the actual wrist curls themselves. The cable bicep curls are definitely one of my favorite bicep movements of all time. I had to include a few sets. Now this overhead cable curl is one of my newest bicep movements. Just started this a couple weeks ago. I find it is super effective at hitting your bicep and actually isolating your biceps, which a lot of other bicep exercises might struggle with because, you know, your forearms try to take over. And doing some tricep push downs, these felt great as well. Moving on to these easy bar curl pass-offs. I love doing these simply because they motivate both of you to try your best to go to absolute failure. I gotta say, my energy was great. This workout is definitely shaped to be one of my best bicep workouts I think I've ever had in my entire existence of lifting. And again, the pump was the best pump I've had throughout the entire week. I don't know what Bloom is putting in their formula, but it is working. Envision Bloom sitting comfortably at the top of this list. And if the can wasn't so tiny, I could definitely see this at the #1 spot. Alright, just got done at the gym. Had one of the best arm days I think I've ever had. That combination of L-theanine, I felt good pretty much the whole workout. The caffeine kept me going, had no jitters. I was able to push myself. Probably the hardest I've ever been able to push myself arms-wise, especially forearms. I was able to just go set after set, pretty much to failure every single time. I felt really, really good. It's kind of tough because the can is so small. It falls under the same thing as like Red Bull, where it's just so easy to drink and like throw those back. If they made the can bigger, added something like that C4 has to kind of help with the pump, because otherwise this pump was amazing. It was just too drinkable. And I know that's a pretty crappy way to put it, but I can't think of any other way to kind of say that. Gosh, I mean, I'm gonna say that this is a 9.5. This is probably on the higher end of drinks I've had the entire week. So I'm definitely gonna go back and see every single drink I've had the whole week and give you the ranking at the end. Really, really good. Really, really good taste. Really good energy. Performance was amazing. Yeah, had one of the best arm days I've ever had. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a blast doing this whole challenge. Editing this video has been super rewarding. Here's the total score for every drink. Looks like we had a couple ties, but that doesn't really matter. This is all my opinion. Take all my thoughts with a grain of salt. I'm so happy and eager to finally be a part of the fitness community. I'm also happy to finally get some rest after 7 days straight of working out. Go out, try all these drinks in moderation. Don't overdo it like I did, but go down in the comments which one of the drinks is your favorite. I'd say definitely between Bloom and C4. If there was somehow a combination of those two, that would be the best energy drink I've ever had. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.